I am Vinnie Tortorich. Folks, your good intentions have been stolen, but don't worry. I'm here to help you get them back. You may be soft and succulent at the beginning of this process, but hang in there. Before long, you will be lean and mean, just like the beautiful, the vivacious, very talented cook, dare I say chef, Miss Anna Vocino.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a little heart
good.
today, Anna. Little Ann and Nancy
I got some
Wilson.
listener questions today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, people want to fine tune.
Oh, that's
They're like,
good.
yeah, NSNG, but then they have all these follow-up questions.
Yeah. You know what I just got? You notice my face looks a little red, a little.
You do. You look like a man who just spilled half of his quad, though, before you got on the mic. Okay, I feel like that was
my second quad. You see, I got a little jittery from the first quad.
Back off, dude.
Yeah, they're telling me, hey, you've had enough caffeine. Folks, if you don't listen to the show regularly, I figured out how to make a quad espresso from one shot taste good. So I literally get like 4 ounces from one big giant shot of espresso. And of course, I had to purchase special equipment. You got to stand in a certain way, hold your mouth a certain way.
While you're doing
and
hey,
are you doing this to hold to your machine? Yeah, it's I figured out it's like one Italian and one Italian espresso machine on a mission.
You need to know.
That's all it is.
1 + 1 = 4. That's how.
Yeah. Boom. Yeah. Exactly. Well, and I figured it out. Now I can't stop drinking them. So at any rate, the reason. Oh, I was talking, folks. I had it in this cup. Like you can see, I still have a little bit left in there.
Stick your snout in there and just lick it, lick it clean. He was.
I was talking to Anna, and I was like, I started whipping around like this. Yeah. And next thing you know, espresso everywhere, all over the console, everywhere. At any rate, I was doing the VIP. I did my third little VIP. It was the second or third.
Oh, video?
You VIP exercise video. Thing.
Yeah.
I think it was the second. Yeah. And this time I did 2. Because this time it took a little equipment. Now, when I say equipment, I put in the group, hey, if you guys are interested in doing these things, go out and get a TRX or the equivalent. You don't have to have the TRX brand. That's like saying go buy a Kleenex when all you need is something to sneeze in, right? So you get anything, we still call it Kleenex.
Resistance bands.
They all work about exactly the same. No, TRX is not a resistance band. It's just a hard band. Like it doesn't stretch. Right? You hang it on something and you do.
You could put it over the door frame and do like the pull-ups and stuff.
And
okay.
Exactly. Rowing, you could do push away, you could do flies, you could put your feet in it and you could do some ab work. And so today you had to have that. Or if you didn't have that, I gave people ways to work around it.
Oh,
if you didn't have a pull-up bar, I gave people to work around that. And, yeah, but too bad the VIP group is closed again. So if you're hearing this, you could put your name in at vinnietortorich.com/VIP, but God only knows when I'm going to open it up again. Because I like to keep it exclusive, right? I want the people to really get an experience in there. But I use stretchy bands, the aforementioned stretchy bands also. So we pulled down, we pulled forward like a rowing motion, and we pulled up. And I used dumbbells in case that's all people had. I used a barbell in case that's all someone had. I used pull-up bars. I was running around this room, Anna, on that first quad like you wouldn't believe to pull this together. But it's 2 videos. The first video shows all the equipment you may or may not need to do it. And then there's the equipment of counting it out, doing it with the group, still weak.
And you wouldn't ever make these videos and put them on your YouTube, right? They're just for your VIP?
Just VIP.
Yeah.
I may do something different on YouTube later. if this takes off, if people are going, oh, I wish my cousin can see this on YouTube because they're not in the VIP group, I might do something like that, but I'm going to do a completely different video for those people. But people are liking Vinnie exercising. I just talked about myself in a third person, but yeah, I'm enjoying this VIP group, and I'm not going to stop anytime soon. So there.
Well, you just basically teased everybody, and then they can't join it or watch it if they're not in the VIP group.
Yeah, I'm a prick tease. There's nowhere to go. You can't. I just told you something. But look, if you're interested, just go put your name on the list. It doesn't cost anything.
I will say,
just put your name on the list, and next time I
got
open it up.
messages from a few people that you're not charging enough for the VIP group. And I'm like, I know, I told him I can't do anything about it. Vinnie didn't listen to me.
Well,
the value some of the questions, get out of it is pretty darn good. If you work it, you got to work. You got to show up for the things and watch the videos and implement them.
Here's the deal. I've been told by a lot of people that they didn't want to join up because they went, oh, what could he possibly be doing for $25
I wouldn't worry about those people. They don't seem like they would be your
he's not going to do anything.
Person to be in the group anyway.
But these people did sign up. The people that did sign up eventually said to me, I signed up just because I wanted to toss you $25 and this and that. And oh my God, the accountability once every 2 weeks, and you talk to some of the same people, you talk to different people, you get to see people come out of their quote unquote plateau. Right? People, oh, I'm on a plateau.
You know what?
I hate the word plateau.
All of my questions I have are regarding the plateau. Let's talk about the plateau. People are constantly writing about the plateau.
All right, so Debbie, get ready. We can
okay, great. And then
I think we're looking at a headline here, Anna.
Because I'm going to order all on Amazon. I'm on Amazon right now. Yeah.
Anna, can I tell you something? The plateau is kind of like the G spot.
I know where you're going with this. I don't, actually.
Yeah. It's like a clitoris. We've heard
talks about it.
We don't know anything about it. We just think everyone talks about it. Women talk about it like it exists.
Or the G spot does exist. Both of them exist.
Yeah. Do you know what the G spot stands for?
Yeah.
Grafenberg spot. I think it's Grafenberg.
I don't really want to Google that.
Look it up, please. Grafenberg spot. He was the guy that discovered.
No, I'm not Googling that on my computer.
Did you Google it?
That tracks.
I will.
I'm not Googling genitalia.
PHENB. His name was Ernst Grafenberg.
Good for him. You're a little jealous of him because you want to know about what research he had to do to find this.
Yeah. So kind of like, he's like Columbus. Columbus told the Queen of Spain, look, I don't think the world's flat. And I'm willing, if you give me a ship, I'm willing to keep sailing to prove that I'm not going to fall off the end of the earth.
Dr. Grafenberg.
This guy, this hero, Dr. Grafenberg, Ernst Grafenberg.
They're super kinky in Germany. You don't know that. But they have the sex clubs and...
He set out... He was born in Adelson, Germany on September 26th, a day before me. He died before I was born in 1957.
Paved the way for your eternal quest for the G-spot. What a gentleman.
Yeah. I think and we can stop this podcast right now because there are people out there who they're like, there are people out there that's going, wait a minute. Some people think a G-spot has something to do with a G-string, which it doesn't. A G-string, if you hold it up and hold it out, it looks like the letter G. That's where it comes from, right? It's got to be. I've done that math.
Good.
I think most people have. But if you're doing laundry and your wife has those in the laundry,
You can't. No, they're not. You
good
don't
luck
fold
trying to fold
G-strings.
that. I've
You
tried.
tried. I would
No,
love to
you
see
just bunch them
Vinny's
up on
giant
the
meat
side.
hooks just trying to fold Serena's little tiny underwear. Just,
Dude,
I love that you tried
Anna,
that.
listen,
That's really cute.
Anna,
Yes.
Anna, Serena will tell you that I fold everything
Well, it must
to
really befuddle
perfection.
you that you can't fold a
To
G-string.
perfect.
Yeah.
There are two things I can't
Fitted
fold.
sheet.
I cannot fold the G string. Oh, no.
Oh,
I can
okay,
do the
now
fitted
that's a video
sheet.
we
There
need to
is a
see.
technique to the fitted sheet. Oh, you got to work the edges a certain way. You got to put them a certain way. There's
Okay,
a way to
great.
fold the
We need to
fitted
see
sheet.
it.
Yes, there is. You got to pinch on each
Okay,
end, but you got to let
great.
the part with the elastic go in a bit and the whole thing. There's foldability on the fitted sheet. The G string, I've not come up with a good folding technique. Neither, the women that it's kind of like a workout top,
Yeah.
but there's kind of like a bra thing in
Yes,
it.
I'll tell you how to do
It's
that.
kind of like a bra thing,
You
but it's
have
not
to
a bra.
you have to fold it over like down
Okay.
the center, right? The vertical line down the center. Fold it over,
Right.
and then tuck the cups of you're talking about the ones that have the built-in little cup in it?
Yeah, but she doesn't
Okay.
have the cups. It's just other
Okay, sometimes
material.
it has a
It doesn't
little
have like
cup,
spongy
and so you
cups
just
or
fold it
anything.
vertical, and then put if it has a cup, make sure you invert the other cup into the cup so they're both concave, and then you fold up the bottom. Then you fold up the bottom.
Yeah, we don't have the cup.
It's not gonna fold like other T-shirts.
Listen, I can get it
Yeah.
doesn't. And I could get those things
This is
kind of close.
riveting. This is riveting.
But the G string, no.
Listen, we learn
people
new
need
things
to
about
know.
each other all the time. I did not know that you were the maestro at folding laundry, and I appreciate that.
Debbie, get
We
ready.
went from plateau to
Here we go.
dirty laundry.
Hang on.
Okay.
And we're going to get back to plateau again. Here you go, Debbie. Now, folks, I realize this is completely different, and you're going to say, Vinny, get back into your lane, and you may be right. But I've been known to be the best folder when it comes to clothes in my house. That's right. My wife says I'm the best ever. She could just be pulling the wool over my eyes because she doesn't want to fold all the T-shirts. I get it. I don't mind doing it. But there's one thing I've never been able to fold, and I don't think anyone in history has ever done it. And that's the underwear that is also a G-string. Did I say that correctly? Yeah, that's right. G-string underwear can't be folded. Prove me wrong.
I don't think that needs to be your
and stay motivated.
topic. Oh my God.
Debbie, I want you to put that up as my thing.
So you were making a reference
I'm in that kind of
to
mood.
the plateau seems as non-existent or as elusive as a G spot.
Yeah, the Grafenberg spot. Yeah. And then we got into G strings. So Debbie, you might want to hang on to that one. Just hang on to it in case we don't have a better one coming up on this plateau thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So plateau.
Sure. I get asked this question all the time. What do I do? Do I do more harder NSNG? NSNG, the sequel, more difficult, more starvation, more protein, more fat. What do I do? Am I eating too much? Am I not eating enough? Is it cortisol? Is it sleep? Is it exercise? Is it, am I allowed to do NSNG, but then also marshmallows? It's like you get every kind of question. Dairy, nuts.
It can be any and all. It can be. Okay. They're different. So first off, I don't believe in the plateau.
You already want to redefine the concept of the plateau.
Yes. And I learned something from one Mr. William Shatner a long time ago. Billy, as I like to call him, said to me, Vinnie, a horse is always learning something. It could be positive, it could be negative, but they're always learning something. And I've thought about what Mr. Shatner told me that day when it came to training my own horse at one time. And then I started thinking about it as it pertains to humans, right? And the human body. We're always doing or learning something, and it's either positive or negative, right? There is, how do you put this? We are never stagnant. Humans are never stagnant in our thoughts, in our physical ability, you name it, right? As we get older, things change, right? Your skin gets a little looser. You're maybe not as quick. Maybe you lose a step. As I always like to say, the older I get, the faster I used to be. You know, I can also say the older I get, the stronger I used to be. All that good stuff. And we all know about sarcopenia. As we get older, we lose strength and holding. The fact of the matter is, there's always movement, right? Whether we do something about it or not. If we don't do anything about it, the movement is going to be in a negative way. We're going to lose fitness. We're going to lose strength. We're going to lose aerobic ability. We're going to lose it all. If you don't work on balance as you get older. I saw a thing on the internet the other day. I actually tried it, Anna. I tried it.
Okay.
It says, hey, see if you're an old man. My buddy Coddington sent it to me.
The billionaire Don Coddington's Friday.
What it is you put 2 shoes on the floor, string up shoes, and 2 socks. You put them on the floor, okay? And then you lift up 1 foot. And when you lift up that foot, you bend down and you pick up a sock and you put it on the foot without putting your foot back on the floor. And then you go down and you pick up the shoe and you put the shoe on your foot and you lift your foot up and you tie it. And then you put that foot on the floor, lift the other foot up and do the same thing. Pick up the sock, get it on. Do not put your foot on the floor. Pick up the shoe, put it on. And that shows that as you're getting older, you're not losing your balance. And I went, I'm a guy that's got one of these boogie boards in my office here that I get on, the balance board. And I have all the little balance toys around. I play with them from time to time. I said, let me see if I can do this.
So you're not an old man.
And I passed with flying colors. According to that, I at least have Joe Biden beat at this point.
Okay.
Because he hasn't taken a test yet.
Maybe.
We don't know. Maybe by the time this comes out, he will. Find out that he's young and spry. But we don't know yet. Anyway, so at any rate, I still have good balance. I know I had good strength and I'm getting my strength back. That's why I started doing these exercise videos on my VIP group. Because when I came out of cancer, I noticed that I was still able to do some aerobics. Not at the level I was, but I was working towards it. And one day I got on the floor to try to do push-ups and I couldn't do 5.
Right.
Or I'm lying. I got 5 in, but I couldn't do 6.
Chemo, but okay.
Well, right. But it was important for me to go, okay, this chemo knocked my dick in the dirt. I need to get my dick out of the dirt, wipe it off, brush it off, right? I need to get my shit together. I look, I could have sat there and said, I just went through chemo. Go have some ice cream. Go do this, go do that. This is a time where you could do whatever you want. You just made it through chemo. I didn't see it that way. I never see life that way. My deal was, how do I get back to normal? I just want to be what I consider normal. And because of that, I started with the 5 push-ups. And I said, you know what? I need accountability. That's why I went to my VIP group. I went to them and said, hey, guys, I know I'm supposed to be helping you. I need help. How about we help Uncle Vinnie over here? Right? And that's how the whole VIP exercise thing started. Right? The idea is you never want to stay in one place. You see where you are. Don't do the woe is me bullshit. Right? Get up, bootstraps, whatever you do, lift them up. Start moving. And it doesn't matter where you are. Start moving in a positive direction. Now, what does that mean? For me, aerobics. I'm still doing the aerobics. I'm now lifting weights. I'm weak, but every time I get there, it's like Rocky. You know, the first time when he's running that morning and he just drank the eggs and he wants to throw up and he can't make it up the steps. And then, you know, Mick got him chasing a chicken around and he can't catch the chicken at the beginning of the montage. I feel like Rocky at the beginning of the montage. I couldn't catch the chicken. Now I'm getting closer to catching that chicken. And now I'm not throwing up. And when I run through a neighborhood, everybody's going, hey, Rock, that kind of thing in my head. It doesn't exactly work that way because I'm in a gym. No one ever sees me. But I'm working towards something. Does that make sense? I'm not staying still. I'm getting better every day.
Good.
Every day. Right? That's all I'm asking people to do. And when they get to plateaus, it could be a physical plateau of, hey, I lost 100 pounds. I still got 75 to lose. I'm not losing any more weight. Okay. Are you doing anything different? The first thing everyone tells me is what? What do you think is the first thing they tell me when I ask if they're doing anything
any
different?
Carbs at all.
Not doing anything. You're right.
Exactly
not doing anything different. And when I start talking to them,
turns out ranch dressing instead of making it myself. Well, I did. I thought it would be okay if I had some French fries, like, you know, just like once a month or something. Well, I did, you know, my kid had leftover chicken nuggets and I ate a few of those. Well, yeah. Well, there was a thing and the cruise and the thing. Yeah.
Holidays. The holidays. Look, before we had a weight problem in this country, I saw an article that they did a study. I don't know where the study was done, how it was done. Way back before we were morbidly obese as a nation, because now we're in a pandemic.
Yeah. You have to clarify which pandemic we're currently in.
And you cannot wear a mask and you cannot take a shot to make this go away. I know people think they could take a shot, but we're going to learn about that soon enough. We're in a pandemic. We're in a fight for our life. They used to tell us that most Americans, a large majority, gain all of their weight in the fourth quarter of every year. What happens? Yeah. We start with a candy holiday, followed by an eating holiday, followed by a pie holiday, followed by a drinking holiday. And if you live in New Orleans, you go right back.
It could be 6 months. It could be 2
and you go right into. Yeah. And if you live in Louisiana, it never ends.
Yeah.
But most of the country, we start at Halloween and we don't stop until we're throwing up at New Year's Eve. Right? And that's just the way it is. Most people would gain their weight and then that would be the new set point for the next year. They'll never lose it, fight all year to lose it by bikini weather, lose some of it next year, they do it again, and so on and so forth. And I'm seeing it now, and I'm glad the other people are seeing it in the VIP group because I talk to people every day in the consults. And I hear the same thing in the consults not doing anything different, just what you just said, not doing anything. Oh, Vin, I'm doing the same thing. It happened to Carolla in real time on his show one day. If you guys can go back, it was several years ago. He caught me off guard on the show. And he says to me, he goes, hey, man, Kimmel's doing the Oscars again. And he said to me, he goes, I went off of the Vinnie diet. They call it the Vinnie diet over at Carolla. I went off the Vinnie diet, but I've gone back on. And he goes, I didn't want my head to look like a big pineapple. I get fat in the face. I'm trying to lose some weight. It's not working this time. He caught me off guard. He could have asked me off the air, but he asked me on the air. He goes, I said, well, are you doing it? Yeah, I'm doing it all. I'm doing the coconut oil. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm only eating eggs and meat. I'm doing it all. I was like, geez, Adam, I don't know. We need to talk off the air. He goes, yeah, we got to do something, but I'm not losing weight. I lost a couple of pounds, then I stopped losing weight. Plateau. Okay. And Adam Carolla is a guy like me. We're black and white.
That's good.
Just tell me what to do. We'll do it. We came from that black and white era of, Vince Lombardi teachings. We both played football back in the late 70s, early 70s, mid 70s. Well, the show goes on, right? We start talking about other stuff.
At the beer,
so about 45 minutes later, he's talking. He goes, yeah, last weekend. Yeah, we're watching football. Football is getting up to, playoff times, and Kimmel came over, and we the barbecue, and oh my God, he makes the best barbecue, and we got the rice and the this from this guy. Oh, that rice, they put the sausage in. And I'm like listening to that. It's like, all right. So he's talking about that. And a couple of minutes later, he's going, yeah, I don't like to waste food. Took my daughter out. I'll tell you what, I remember where he said he went, because you've probably been there and I've been there too.
Yeah.
Remember Good Neighbors? Mm-hmm. Good Neighbors. Yep. It was right there. It was on Ventura.
I don't think it's there anymore. I used to get a burger.
I used to go there sometimes.
Obviously.
Yeah, there was a place right across the street where all the waiters would sing and all that. It was an Italian restaurant kind of thing.
That's right.
And the bike shop, Universal Cycles, was right. That's why I knew Good Neighbors, because Universal Cycles used to sponsor me a lot and give me, half off and sometimes free stuff. So I would always be at Universal Cycles, and then Good Neighbors was right next door. Great eatery, but I would eat there and have the eggs and the, this and that. Yeah, I took my daughter to Good Neighbors, and she got the chocolate chip pancakes. She took 2 bites, and that was it. She was
Daddy's
done.
To the rescue.
And I can't waste food. So after I ate my meal, I ate her meal.
Lauren will finish everyone's meal.
So he ate his meal and then ate. Do you know how Good Neighbors? Have you ever had pancakes at Good Neighbors?
I'm an outlier. I never liked pancakes, and then in 2002, I was diagnosed with celiac, so I was relieved to never have to order pancakes ever again. I don't like; they're too sweet for me.
Okay, I'm not sure I've ever got
the Dutch pancake.
They hang almost big, off the plate, and
no, I always got a burger, no bun there.
Boom! It's like you're eating.
Yeah,
it's like you're eating an entire birthday cake.
Right.
And this man is telling me I'm doing everything. You can understand, 45 minutes earlier, he's telling me I'm doing everything right.
He should have been in touch with this. But what you're saying is that even somebody who's a straight shooter is not necessarily in touch with all the times.
Right. Exactly. And he's strict. He's a guy. And then I let that go. And then it was like a third thing. It's like, they ordered Chinese at my house the other day. And then my wife is getting ready to throw out all the extra egg fried rice. What is it? Is it egg fried? What do they make? Something fried rice? Chicken fried rice. Yeah. They're getting ready to throw it all away. And I was like, no. Leave that in the fridge. He goes, I ate it. And he was bragging. He goes, it can have mold on it. I'll eat it.
Terrible take.
Over the next several days, I ate. I'm like, okay. So what part of you're doing all of this absolutely correctly am I supposed to get from what you told me? I'm doing everything like I did it a year ago when I lost all the weight. Now you're telling me you're on some weird plateau. You see, the plateau wasn't there.
Your actions have a direct result, of people, Anna, so you have to take. I don't even want to say accountability, because obviously it's accountability, but you have to take. You have to acknowledge it. Like your brain needs to process that when you do these things, you have certain consequences. It's not the end of the world, but you can change it. But it's like
exactly.
Yeah, so
and look, that's okay. Anna, are we sure that your stuff is coming through your mic? Tap your mic.
Oh, cool.
No, it's not coming through your mic. Yeah, I just noticed that you were echoey.
Coming through the Rodecaster.
We'll see if we can.
I am echoey because I'm in a net.
Tap your mic. Nothing's coming through that mic.
StreamYard says it's pulling through the Rodecaster.
All right, you can say what it wants.
How about when I talk like this? Is that nice? Really?
No, I still hear the room echo. When you tap on the I'm not hearing it.
There's nothing to figure out because
Anna
it says
figures that out, folks.
through
I'm going
the
to come back
roadcaster,
and
so I
talk
don't know
about.
what else to do. No,
Okay,
it definitely.
you don't
I
sound
definitely
bad.
sound
I'm
echoey
just telling
because
you,
I'm
we got to
in
get
a
it fixed for
room
next
with all
time.
kind of walls.
Yeah, but it ain't coming through that mic.
It says it's coming through the roadcaster.
All right.
It's
We'll work on it later. You sound perfectly
There's
fine.
nothing to work on
You sound perfectly fine.
because
I just want.
I don't know how to fix it.
Okay.
Want me to log out and log back in? I'll do that while you talk about
All
Villa
right.
Capelli. Do that.
No.
Yes, I'm doing it.
No, don't do that. Let's just stay where we are today. Okay, she's doing it. Folks, Villa Capelli, best olive oil on the planet. There goes Anna. She may or may not ever come back. Villa Capelli is the best olive oil on the planet. And I don't just say that because they pay me gobs of money every month. Maybe I do. But here's the thing. Back in the day when I used to go, when I first went to Italy, I was with Serena the first time I went. So it was about 18 years ago. I went to Italy. And I said, honey, am I being romanticized by Italy? Because not only does the burrata taste 1,000% better, but the olive oil. I mean, I just became obsessed with the olive oil. And I asked a bunch of locals, you guys don't ship this to the States. They would just laugh at you, right? Well, it turns out when I meet Anna Vocino, I learned that she went to Italy and learned a little something about olive oil too. And in fact, we had a guy on the show. He did a book called, was it Extra Virginity, Anna? Yeah. And he talked about how in the United States, and it turns out we vetted this and it was true, you can cut olive oil up to most oils. So like avocado oil, you could do this with a lot of different oils. You can say it's 100% pure olive oil and it can be 40% seed oils. It only has to be 60% olive oil. And they can call it first press. They could call it cold press. They could call it organic, anything you want to call it. The one thing is not is 100% olive oil. And that's exactly what you get from Villa Capelli. I guarantee it every time. The other reason I like Villa Capelli is because they're selling it at a crazy low price. That's right, folks. Real olive oil is not cheap. You could get 3 liters for right at about $100. Now, you don't have to spend $100. If you want to try it once, they got 750 milliliters or even less, right, Anna? Do they have a 325 milliliter?
No, I think 750 is the
Okay, by the way,
Villa Capelli. Use the discount code Vinnie. You get 10% off your order each and every time. VINNIE is how you spell Vinnie, not with the wimpy Y. We don't spell Vinnie that way. We spell it VINNIE. VillaCapelli.com. Use that discount code. Make sure you get your cart size up to about $145 to $150 because then when you use the discount code Vinnie, you'll still qualify for the free shipping. And it's all about the free shipping because it's expensive to ship olive oil.
The only time we use the wimpy Y is when you want to see the beautiful Miss Marissa Tomei in the movie My Cousin Vinny, which is the funniest comedy next to Blazing Saddles that I've ever seen. Okay, so we were talking about plateaus. So I want to say this. So getting back to plateaus. So there are 4. There are 4 people, Anna. And these 4 people were the reason I decided to start the VIP group. And these 4 people know who they are. I've picked them over time. The first one I picked about, let's call it a year, maybe 16 or 18 months ago. And I told this person, number 1, I want you, they were talking about plateau and the whole thing. I said, listen, free of charge. Here's my cell phone number. Do not call me, but I want you to text me every day. And I want you to go 24 hours without sugars and grains. All grains, all sugars, all grains. And I started working out with that person. Then at some point, I found another person I liked, that fit the mold, that plateau, still had over 100 pounds to lose. They hit that. I did the same thing. I've done it with 4 people, and those 4 people who are listening right now, they know who they are, right?
Okay.
No, folks, I can't do this for everyone, but that was the impetus for the check-in group, because basically these people were having trouble, right?
Do an every day.
I've become an AA sponsor for these people. Now, sometimes they'll miss a day or so, and they'll write to me and go, "Hey, I'm sorry I missed yesterday. My kid lost a finger, and I had to take him to the hospital." You know, that kind of thing.
That's very
life
serious.
gets in the way.
That's
or something.
Yeah, but also sometimes less serious things.
Yeah,
can happen.
It doesn't. It's not always a kid in the finger. Sometimes, look, life happens, but they check in.
Absolutely.
And all of these people who claim to be stuck on plateaus have lost. Well, the most current one is probably 12 or 15 pounds down, and the one that goes way back 16 or 18 months, I want to say another 60 or 70 pounds down.
Wow.
It's amazing. They were all on plateaus and said, "Hey, I went in reverse. I started gaining weight again, and I'm still metabolically broken," and the whole thing. I became their AA sponsor, pretty much, right? Because it's an addiction for these people, and I get it. I get the addiction is strong, but I also understand AA. I have friends in AA, and I understand the sponsorship and how that works when you sponsor someone in AA, and it actually helps keep me on track. Right. So I'm not doing them a favor. Right. They're actually doing me a favor. Right. So everyone who thinks they're on a plateau, they're not on a plateau. And all four of these people figured it out. Right. And I was up to three of them when I said, let me just do the VIP group. I was talking to Chris about it. I said, "Chris, I got to do this on a bigger scale." And that's when we kind of started thinking about it, and we rolled it out. Right. And by the way, some people that they got a few shekels to rub together. There's one guy, he has called me maybe 15 times now.
Wow. Over the years, having consults.
He knows who he is.
It seems like a quarterly consult would be a really good idea for people. I'm just saying.
What kind of consult?
I love coaching. I think coaching is so important. Like even if you think, here's the thing. Vinnie, have you ever had this experience? I love reading books. I love reading self-help books. I love reading business books. I love nonfiction books because I love whenever I can read something that takes my belief system beyond what I thought was possible. That's my favorite thing to do is when I read a book and I realize that I'm pulling a negative belief that didn't serve me. That's when I'm like, oh, I love this book, right? Because you're like changing what you can accomplish.
I've read them all, some more than others.
Yeah. But like sometimes you feel like you need a more personalized approach. You need a coach who's working with you and your set of things. Sometimes it's as simple as I can't identify what it is that I'm doing wrong. So I need to talk to somebody like Vinnie who can help coach me through it. And then other times I feel like I'm doing everything right. And I feel so overwhelmed and crazed because I can't figure out what the things are that I'm doing wrong. And then you need a coach, but I always like the idea of coaching, whether it's, body stuff, mind stuff, business stuff. I think it's always really great. And I also am a huge fan of the whole mastermind concept that Napoleon Hill talks about, because then that's what you're basically doing with the VIP group, is that you have a group of people who are there supporting each other. And you guys can do it in the Facebook group too. But the thing that's interesting to me that's really jumping out that you're saying about the day-to-day check-in, that sometimes it's going to take a day-to-day check-in, and I'm sorry, not day-to-day, a daily, everyday, quotidian check-in to be able to realize, to keep yourself conscious, because we make a lot of unconscious and subconscious choices.
Yeah.
And so you need that. And so what's interesting to me is that NSNG is the most relaxed way of eating when it comes to, you don't have to sit there and take the time to write down everything that you're putting in your mouth. You don't have to track your macros. You don't have to track your calories. You don't have to get on the scale every single day. You don't have to punish yourself by doing a whole bunch of math every day. You could spend that time living your life and putting good into the world, which I love. But if things are creeping, and I'm not saying to go to that extreme, but I'm saying the day-to-day check-in is a very interesting concept. It's the same thing as like, you don't not check your bank account balance
Right.
Like you wouldn't go like 4 months without looking at what's in the bank and then go, "Oh my God, I don't know why I don't have any money in the bank. That's weird."
Yeah.
Like where where did I didn't spend that money. It's like the same. It was like when you go to the ATM to take out $100 and you're like, "Oh, I have $500. I'm taking out $100." And then in your mind, every time you spend money with your debit card, you think you have $500, but it keeps the balance actually, it makes a difference.
Yeah. Look, I had a roommate back in the early days of LA. She was a model, a bikini model. That's all I'm gonna say about
Nice
that.
roommate.
Yeah, people used to ask me, it's like, dude, are you hitting on her? It's like, nope. No, I'm not. It's like, come on. Come on. It's like, nope. You go, why wouldn't you hit on her? It's like, because she brings other bikini models over to the house.
Don't bite the hand that
Yeah.
feeds you.
Other girls, but like she would go out and we both had a different way of looking at money. And in this case, look at money as your health, right? She'd go out and get a job, work a couple hours and make $10,000. Okay. After agent fees, that becomes about $9,000.
And
And you got to remember at the end of the year, Uncle Sam's going to come. So you should take from the 10, not the 9, because you get charged for the 10 on tax.
By the way, it's not actually 9, it would be 8 because print modeling is plus 20 less 20. So it would actually be
depends on the deal
$8,000.
you make with your agent. So if you're getting a lot of work, you can go back in and negotiate, believe it or not. I'm working off of that. So let's just keep it straight. You're down to 9. Then Uncle Sam, back in those days, 30% of that would be gone. So out of 10, take so that's 7,000 plus. So you're down to $6,000, right? Is about what you end up with after agents and everything else. Anna knows this because she's worked in the voiceover world for years. You got to, right off the top, take that money. That's gone. Even though it's in your bank account, you got to look at that as being gone, right?
Right.
Well, my friend and Nancy Wolfson knows this girl. Nancy could tell you stories as well as I could about this woman. She would go, "Hey, I just made $10,000. I'm going to go, me and the girls, we're going to Hawaii for 3 or 4 days." And I was like, wait a minute, you're going to Hawaii? Oh yeah. Run it up on a credit card. It's like, wait a minute. What are you going to, Hawaii? That's expensive. I just made 10 grand. Yeah, but you got bills to pay. I just made 10 grand.
Did you?
They were going to spend 10 grand. And then at the end of the year, when the taxes would come around, this and that and the whole thing. By the way, none of these girls understood what health insurance looked like or anything else. You couldn't explain that to them, right? It's the same. I used to look at that and go, it's the same as health. When you try to explain it to people, they think they're in the plus column, but they could easily be in the negative column, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. When you look at finances and you look at health, people look at it the same way. Well, I made 10 grand. I can go spend 10 grand on my credit card. Okay. No, you didn't make 10 grand. You made 6 grand. And you better not spend that because you got rent coming up and you never know when you're going to get another $10,000 contract. Anna and I learned early on, no matter how much money you're making, run scared like you made nothing.
Number one rule of Hollywood, all campaigns come to an end. So the first day that you book that job is the first day the clock starts ticking for you to no longer have that job. You think it's going to last forever. It ain't. All campaigns end, all shows end, all movies end, all careers end. Yeah. And that meaning, you have to reinvent yourself.
I've just noticed, Flow is not on those progressive ads anymore. And that ran forever. Right.
They've been bringing, she's still on them, but they've been bringing in new people to freshen up stuff. And, she makes a lot of money.
Yeah, she does. But, even when it comes to an end at some point.
I also know she's very smart with her money.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? That's a long running ad. That woman's been on television for 15 years doing one thing. Comedic actress. It pretty much killed the rest of her career because you put her in a movie and people go, "Oh, that's Flo." Right. So she's got to hang on to that money. But you understand, everything works, that everything is fleeting. Going back to Shatner, no matter what, you're either doing positive or negative, but you're not staying still, right?
Yeah.
And when it comes to getting help, people go, well, Vin, would you call someone? Absolutely. I've called Dave Ramsey.
You do. You get people coaching you for when you're doing race. It's not like you're like, well, I'm going to go do this insane race with zero coaching. That would be ridiculous.
I've taken coaching for things like archery, skeet shooting, as far as sports go. Rowing. Yeah. I'm still taking class. I learned to row. I'm actually in a single scull now. Now I want to know how to get more efficient. I'm getting ready at the end of July, going into August, to do a rowing clinic, right? I'm taking it to the next level.
You can get back in the water. Have you been cleared?
I've been back in the water several times now, recently. Yeah. I've been cleared to be able to, if I fall in the water, I won't die. I just mentioned Dave Ramsey. As a business owner, I own several businesses. I don't pretend to know everything about business. He's got this entree leadership program through Dave Ramsey. People go, you have a successful business. Why would you pay Dave? Because I want to get better. I ran into trouble during the pandemic. We're still coming out of that problem. We've been working our way out of that problem at purevitaminclub.com. And very shortly, we're going to be ahead of that problem. But I'm working through it using people like Dave Ramsey, because they have, so you never know everything, right? Someone told you, Anna, you could get Tony Robbins on the phone for an hour. What would you pay for that? I'd pay thousands, right?
Thousands, absolutely.
1 hour with Tony Robbins? Yeah, because what he might be able to tell me, what one little thing I could pull out of it, I can make tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands out of it. I know that. I know that by paying Dave Ramsey, I can do that, right?
Right.
Teach me things I don't know, because when shit hit the fan hard for me in business. I had to go learn.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning, right? That's what you could call me. You don't know what to do with health and fitness? You can call me. I'm there. I'm there to help you the way Dave Ramsey's helping me, and the way an archery teacher helped me. A couple of classes. And it's Jesus Christ, Vin, you look like a pro. And when you think of the thousands of arrows I shot at a target, thousands, and I was doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you get one person going, do this, do that, do this, and then coach you through it. And then you come home and you do some of the things right and you forget the other ones because you can't remember everything. You go back. By the third time, people are going, oh my God, you look like you're ready for the Olympics. I'm not. But, that's the way it works.
But you look good. Listen, my husband his handicap's a 5 for golf. And he's not a scratch golfer, but he's at a 5. And he is right now at the course with the pro. He coaches constantly. He films his swing. You know what I mean? And he doesn't need to. There's no need. There's no end goal. He just wants to get better at it. But he knows that he needs a coach, because you can't, with a golf swing, you're very rarely going to be able to diagnose your swing by yourself.
You can't. I played golf at one time in my life. I played before I went off to play college football, because somebody took a cow pasture in in Donaldsonville, turned it into a 9-hole, and we all learned how to play golf.
9 holes are my speed.
But you would go around twice, the same 9 holes. It didn't change at all, right? So we would play 18, and we would have to play the same cow pasture over. There was no changing anything. And at any rate, learned how to play golf when I went off to college. Didn't play anymore. Didn't have time for it. Then when my arm started tightening up, my right arm, I couldn't play at all anymore. I will be the first to tell you, because I've gone out with Tallulah, because Tallulah learned how to play golf. She likes to be social. I've gone out to watch her. I've ridden in a cart or walked with her. And what I'll do is, after she tees off, I've dropped the ball, used her clubs, which do not actually fit me, and swing in. I'll swing in from her second shot, and then if I don't end up in a bunker, chip one on and try to putt. And she'll always say to me, "Oh my God, you actually know how." It's like, Tallulah, if I actually got back into this game, day one, I would hire a pro, one of those pros that also videotapes you so that I can, because what I'm doing right now with you today is faking. I couldn't get anywhere near under 100.
Yeah. Right.
Nowhere near under 100. At some point, the wheels would come off the cart. If I tried to swing, off the tees, God only knows where the ball would have landed. The short clubs, you can kind of.
Even the ladies' tees, Vinnie couldn't do it.
It doesn't matter where you put it. I can hit them hard and far, but I'm shanking. If you don't know what you're doing with a long club, you're done. You hand me a driver, everybody needs to clear out from 3 counties because we don't know where that
I mean, it magically goes behind you 300 yards.
It could go. Because how did he get to go 300 yards behind him?
He did it.
Yeah.
He did it.
That's what it would be. Anyone can fake it with the short clubs, right? But your husband will tell you, especially with these drivers today with the big sweet spots on them. If you don't know what you're doing with those things, and you can't go hit a bucket and figure it out. You got to get someone. But that's the way it is. That's what we're talking about today, folks. You got to get somebody.
Okay, well, speaking of right now that I have you as my coach, before we wrap this show up, I'm looking at 3 different TRX options at Amazon. They're all sold by TRX. Okay. There's the $139 option, the $179 option, and the $229 option.
Okay.
For TRX. Obviously one thing has more equipment.
Yeah, so the basic TRX, do you have a pull-up bar at your house?
No, we don't. So that's why, but we do, we have the barn. So I was thinking of throwing one of these over the barn and then doing stuff.
If you have a rafter.
Over a beam. A rafter. Yeah,
a beam or rafter, you can do that. You might need extra rope or something to make it come down to your level.
Okay.
But basically what you're paying for after the basic TRX is different adapters to hook it to different things. And
it says it looks like the only difference is includes indoor and outdoor anchor system. So that's the adapter, the anchor system.
Yeah. You if you're going to throw it over a rafter, you can, whatever that one is, you could cut that one out. Do they all, you see the solid thing you grab, the solid handle? Mm-hmm. Is there the little loop underneath all of those? Okay.
Yes.
So basically you need probably the basic. What is the second iteration?
And then the 229 includes 3 anchor solutions. The TRX Pro 3. So hold on, I'm trying to see what the names are. So there's the $139 is called TRX Go Suspension Trainer System. Okay.
Okay.
The mid one is called TRX All-in-One Suspension Training System. And then the expensive 229 one is Pro 3 Suspension Trainer System,
which probably has more anchors. They're all the same. They all have the same exact mechanism. I would tell you to go with the cheapest one because you're going to be throwing slings over that thing anyway. You're not getting anything extra. I think mine has all the gadgets, and I don't use it.
You don't use them.
Because all you need, and by the way, folks, I said this in my video, my VIP video, because I did an instruction video before I did the actual exercises. The off-brand TRXs are as good as TRX. As good. There's nothing you're giving up. One of them is the color of the straps are blue and black. I don't know who makes that one. The gym I go to in town has that system, and I use it just like I use my TRX. And the only thing I could tell you is the little grippy things on my TRX are slightly better. And it might be because everyone is using one at the gyms and twisting them around and messing them up.
Oh, I see the blue and black ones. It's called Body Weight Fitness Training Kit Home Resistance Trainer Straps by Fit Kit.
Yeah, that's probably it. And it looks exactly the same, right?
Pretty close. Different sort of design. I see how they get around the patent that way.
Yeah. Because, TRX gives you, the strap system and everything. They use forged clips and everything else. A lot of it is, I'm going to say this, is overbuilt. What does the other system cost, Alan? To let people know.
This one's called, it's $60. And then there's another one that's $60. Yeah.
Yeah. So, for literally half the price.
All I did was Google TRX home suspension training kit is what I searched. I started typing TRX and that's what came up in the Amazon search and I just tapped that. So
listen, if you're on a budget, I'm here to tell you they work just as well. I can tell you that when it comes to the quality, TRX, like the carabiners they use are fancier, and their carabiners have little locking mechanisms on them. Not needed, but kind of cool. Because I use both systems. I use the $60 one at the gym, and I have the $130, so double the price here at home. And the other metal work that's down near the handle area on the TRX, it looks like it's from forged steel, right? Which was my porn name back in the day, forged steel.
Yeah.
So the TRX is going to hold up for way past my lifetime, right? And the one you bought is going to still hold up way past your lifetime. So I can't make an argument, Anna, to tell you to spend the $130 when you can spend $60. You choose.
Yeah. Right on.
So there you have it. But I do know I use the blue one all the time. Probably more than I use the one at home, because when I'm in the gym, and I do abs usually at the gym in town, because I want the young ladies to see the old man hitting the abs. You know how
totally.
that goes. And I'll do the thing.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, whenever I do another ab routine for the VIP group, I'm going to incorporate the TRX.
Okay.
So that folks can see what that looks like.
Love it.
So we're going to be doing more of that. Anna, tell them about your Substack. Tell them all. Is Anna something suspect?
AnnaVocino.substack.com. Very important that that's correct. Anna Vocino, that's my name, .substack.com. Substack is a blogging platform. The reason why I do that instead of AnnaVocino.com is because I'm able to do many more things with it than I am at the blog, including having recipes for premium subscribers. So premium subscribers, thank you. You know who you are. You guys get the special treats. That's where I'm posting all new recipes that aren't included in cookbooks. And of course, I have Eat Happy Italian coming out this fall. Make sure you pre-order it and go to eathappyitalian.com, upload your receipt. In fact, I think somebody emailed me the receipt today. So lady who did that, I'll write you and send you your bonus recipes ASAP. But most importantly, please support eathappykitchen.com. That's where I sell my sauces and my spices based on recipes from Eat Happy Kitchen. Everything is no sugar added. Everything tastes delicious. Everything is the highest quality ingredients you could possibly find anywhere. And we are in a lot of grocery stores now with the sauces, but not nearly enough. So if you need sauces and spices, please place your order. And I think by the time this comes out, BOGO 25 is still active for the month of July. So that's if you get a twin pack of taco and a twin pack of dill, you get 25% off the second twin pack.
There you have it, folks. The closest you'll get Anna Vocino to OnlyFans is to go to AnnaVocino.substack.com. That's her form of OnlyFans.
That's her OnlyPans.
Yeah, OnlyPans. So go there.
That's right.
With me, you know what to do. Rate and review this podcast. It helps other people find it. I see everyone who gives us money over at the Superfan page. That's at VinnieTortorich.com. VIP is closed right now, but you can sign up at VinnieTortorich.com/VIP for that. Amazon. Before you go to Amazon, go to VinnieTortorich.com. Click through the banner. It puts coal on the fire. It gets my train down the track. And mostly, if you want to talk to me, you can call and set up a consult at VinnieTortorich.com. And we have a little song to remind you guys to do that on the way out. So on behalf of Anna Vocino, my name is Vinnie Tortorich. Put life into living, and let's do it with this woman, one Miss Blondie.